What's up guys, welcome to East West Beats, and today I want to talk about sample libraries and your plugins. Now, one of the biggest problems that I ran into a couple years back when I had to go across the country for 3 months and all I had was my laptop and I could only fit my plugins and presets and my samples on a 256 gig built-in hard drive. Now, I had an issue because I have about 6 terabytes worth of samples, 6 terabytes worth of contact libraries, and a crap load of plugins. And I had to literally trim down everything I have from my Mac Pro, fit it into this MacBook Pro, and make music full-time on that for 3 months. Actually, it wasn't even across the country. I moved to India for 3 months to work in Mumbai for some of the Bollywood films. So how did I do it? Well, one of the first things that I did is I sorted my samples folder by the dates. And when I looked at that, I realized that there were only about 10 libraries that I was using a lot. Some of the Cymatics ones, some of the Echo Soundworks ones, all of the Kashmir packs, shout out to Splice, some of the best packs out there. So I took those packs and I put them in a separate folder, which I knew that I was going to be using a lot. Also, what I did was I created my own folder where I chose particular sounds that I liked by the tonal quality, by the type of kicks, by the type of snares they were, and I made my own favorites folder. Now, you have to be careful of that. Just make sure everything is sample cleared, you own it, so you never have to worry about going back and figuring out where this sample came from, because I actually went and renamed a lot of kicks by the way they sound, so I know my vocabulary and the type of kicks that I want, and I can literally just search for that, find that kick, and there you go. I had 100 megabytes worth of samples that I really used and knew them inside out. I also ran into the same problem with plugins. I had literally every plugin imaginable out there. So what I did is in Logic Pro X, you can go and you can create your own favorites folder under the plugin manager. So I went in and I dragged all the plugins that I liked in there. Basically, it was a Fab Filter suite, all the synths like my Serum, my Silent that I use a lot, my Romplers like Nexus, and some of the Studio Link stuff that I use. But I put everything in a favorites folder, so I had quick access to that. I wasn't going through, folders and folders of plugins and presets to find what I need. And this made my workflow much quicker too. What ended up happening is I knew the kind of sound I wanted. I knew the plugins that were going to make that sound. I was able to go right to that folder. I was able to go right to that plugin and just get working rather than shuffling through presets and plugins and EQs and compressors. And one great thing and one great tip that I recently heard is, grab a few plugins and literally just read their manuals inside out. I used to do this, but then over the years, I kind of lost practice of that. As I learned more and more about the plugins, I inherently thought that I know these plugins, I know what they do, so I don't need to learn them. So if you guys have any tips, tricks, let me know. Any suggestions, let me know. How do you handle a situation like this where you have to go from 6 to 10 terabytes to a 256 or 128 gigabyte hard drive? Let's say you're traveling for a couple months. How do you handle that? And these are all the questions you should be asking yourself too, because the last thing you want is your samples and your presets to get in the way of your creativity. So that's it for this one. Just a short, sweet video. I kind of wanted to share that because I constantly battle with this. And talk to you guys at the next one. And let me know if you like this format where you just want me to talk to the camera about some of the things that are going on. Any questions, any suggestions, any tips that you guys have that you need, let me know. And I will talk to you at the next one. And make sure you subscribe at East West Beats.